guys, welcome to another Simone ASMR video. Today I'm going to be doing a few AITA videos. I just feel like I just need to make a ton of content, and so we're gonna record as much as we can today and edit and upload. And I'm so sorry for the any background sounds that'll be going on. It is during the day. I had to wait until they were done cutting grass and all that other stuff. So the first one is MIB for ruining 3 relationships, in quotes. Okay. I am a married woman who was happily married until a few days ago. Recently, my husband started talking about a new girl at work. I thought, fine, I trust him, and he has other female friends. Soon, I noticed that the way he talked about her was different. He seemed really giddy, almost like when we were dating. It bothered me a bit, partly because she is 19 and I am 36. But once again, I trusted him, so I left it alone. Yeah, this one's always difficult. If your partner seems romantically interested in someone, there are moments where you will be like, oh wow, okay, like I see you, see them, see you, type of thing. Because yeah, sometimes people are interested or get attracted to other people while they're in a long-term relationship, but you really hope that they have their own self-control and that you don't have to police them about not investing in that relationship and focusing. But I digress. Oh wow, okay, this is a lot. Occasionally when he was texting her, I would ask what they were talking about. He gave me vague answers that would actually concern me, like having a little crush on someone, whatever. Texting them as well outside of work, weird. Okay, one day I came home and found him talking on the phone with her. This bothered me, okay? Finally, okay? And he gave me this bothered me. When he got off the phone, I told him how much it bothered me. I asked to see the messages between the two of them. He said that they were private. He mentioned that the two of them had a game where they get secrets about each other, and he gave his word not to show anyone. I told him I felt this was too intimate of a conversation for friends to be having. Yep. He mentioned that she really didn't want her boyfriend to know they were talking. Red flags went off in my mind. I told him he needed to stop talking to her. Yep. He refused, saying he didn't want to lose his friend. Eventually, okay, you know what's missing from the story? Timelines. Eventually, how long is eventually? I decided to let the boyfriend know that they were talking and sharing secrets. I figured I would want to know if I were him. He said she cheated on him multiple times before, and when he asked her about it, she denied everything. After all that, they broke up. She told my husband to stop talking to her, therefore ending their friendship. And my husband and I are in a weird space now. MIV for ruining 3 relationships. Okay, let's see some of the comments. No, your husband and this woman chose to have an emotional affair. At least they are the ones who damaged the relationships. You just helped bring the damage to light. And then somebody said your husband and the other woman ruined the relationship. Make no mistake, even if they hadn't yet they were having an emotional affair, and it would likely have turned physical. Yeah, and everybody's just saying same thing. Not. Yeah, I don't think she did what other people would have done. Okay, this one, I have another one. Wow, some of these are like just posted. It seems and it's really bad for her field, and people are being laid off left and right. She's currently working as a waitress while she looks for a more permanent job, but isn't earning enough to fully cover her rent. I have a pretty well-paying job. I share rent with my partner, so I offered to help her cover the rent while she looks for another job. She was extremely grateful, and together we agreed on the amount which would allow her to cover rent and also have some money left over for food to travel etc. It's important to note that her monthly expenses of food, travel bills etc. were all provided by her. Okay, I didn't have any issues or suspect that anything was amiss. She hates working as a waitress, so I'm confident she's doing everything in her power to find another job. The last time I saw her, she mentioned that she had picked up a few extra shifts recently so that she can afford to get our parents a nice anniversary gift. So I figured she was basically living paycheck to paycheck. Fast forward to now, and I'm just received word from our cousin that my sister is in Paris. When I expressed confusion, my cousin sent me a bunch of screenshots from my sister's Instagram. My sister must have blocked me and my parents on there because none of us could see any of her posts or stories. I was very confused and angry because if she's living to paycheck to paycheck, how on earth can she afford to go on a trip to Europe? For context, we live in Australia, and plane ticket, oh yeah, it's expensive. Plane tickets typically cost upwards of $1,000, and that's not accounting for food, hotels, or anything else. I was so upset that not only has she gone on an expensive trip, she clearly tried to hide it from me. That's the part that's shocking me. I ended up sending her a few short messages, basically saying that I knew she was in Europe and that she clearly doesn't need my help paying rent anymore if she can afford a big trip. I was so pissed that not only has she gone on an expensive trip, she clearly tried to, she called me and was basically in tears, begging me not to cut her off. She said she's on a trip with She called me and was basically in tears, begging me not to cut her off. She said that she's on a trip with her new boyfriend and that he's paying for everything. This is what I thought was happening, actually. She insisted that she still needs the money to cover her rent and that she will have to move if I don't help her. I basically told her that was her boyfriend now, and I hung up, which I admit was childish of me, but I was still so mad, understandably. I don't know much about her new boyfriend, so maybe he's a millionaire or something, but the fact that she tried, that's the biggest issue. She tried to hide it from me sets off alarm bells. I'll obviously have a proper discussion with her when she gets back, but for now I'm going to block her number. Since then, she has reached out to some family members who think I'm being harsh and should give her the benefit of the doubt. They all seem to think I'm going to force her to be out on the street. It's looking like this will be a whole fiasco once she gets back. I need an outside opinion. Okay, so funny enough, I think you are not, and I think this is the problem. If you are close enough with your siblings and your family to ask for money from them, you are close enough with them to let them know, listen, a friend is offered to sponsor a trip and I'm thinking of taking it because the job I now have is not as demanding as the job. Literally, that's the paradox of time. That's literally the issue with life, right? Is when you have a good job, you cannot take time off. Like, it's not enough time to travel. And then when you have a not so good job, you kind of feel like you can pick up your bags and go because what are you suffering for? But I feel like if you are close enough with your family members to ask them to supplement your income when you're going through a rough patch, you should be close enough to let them know, hey, listen, I'm going on a little trip, and that kind of thing. And that somebody else is sponsoring it, and I decided to take advantage of it. I actually did this a few years back. It wasn't a guy who sponsored it, but it was a friend of mine. She didn't mind the company. She was road tripping across the country, basically. And I offered to come hang out with her and drive, and she covered all my expenses. I was literally jobless and broke. She flew me in, fed me, and everything. I literally only helped with like a little bit of the planning and just making sure that we got there within a reasonable time. happened, she literally packed up her bags, we packed up a car, moved across the country, and when we got there, she realized she needed to go back, so she went back. It was the funniest thing in terms of like all the effort and work we put, but it was a good bonding experience for us as friends, and everybody in my family knew I didn't have money, but they basically were like, yeah, like, when are you gonna get a chance where you'll be able to take up that opportunity? So yeah, I think if you're having family supplement your lifestyle, then you gotta tell them when you're doing something that seems to go in the opposite direction of what you are trying to do, what you say you're trying to do, which is looking for a job, getting back on work, and that etc. Okay, let's find another one. This one's so good. I love this one. Like, oh my god. Okay. Am I the for going to the police immediately when I found out that my parents took out debt in my name? Already? No, you are not. Already you are not. My parents took out credit cards and loans in my name. It was fine when they were paying the bills, but they got behind. It was never fine. It's never fine. I think that a lot of people don't understand this. You always have to deal with the consequences of your actions. You cannot give yourself a clean slate off of somebody else's back. The right way to give yourself a clean slate financially is to file for bankruptcy. That's the right way to do it. There is no way that using somebody else's debt is okay. It's never okay. Okay? I don't have a key to the mailbox, so I never saw the bills or anything. I just finished my third year of university and I was going to move out. That would require me to get a credit check and stuff. My parents freaked out and forbid me from moving out. They said it was stupid that I would waste money on moving out when I could save money living at home. They don't like my boyfriend, so I thought that was their issue. But no, I was wrong. Ooh. Long story short, I'm $60,000 in debt because of them. I cannot afford to pay that off. I told them that they needed to clear the debt immediately and change the house rules so my boyfriend could spend the night. They said they didn't have the money to pay the debt and that I could not strong-arm them into changing the house rules. Well, at this point, she can, or they can. They said they did not have the money to pay the debt. I called my auntie and asked her if I could please come stay with her for a bit. She let me and asked a lot of questions. Then she showed me a dozen Reddit posts about parents screwing up their kids' futures and kids allowing it. I went to the police and reported it. My parents got arrested and charged. They are furious with me. Okay guys, you gotta report the stuff. That's literally step one of cleaning up your mess, is to prove that it wasn't you. So you gotta report it to the police. I know they didn't spend the money on me. I do not know what they did spend it on. I don't care. I feel bad for them, but I'm not letting them F up my future. Funny enough, no. No, I don't think you are. Okay, literally what I just said as the comment the first time to say no, it wasn't okay. Somebody said no, it wasn't okay. Yep, that is fraud. Okay, I just want to say this. If you're ever in this situation and you find yourself thinking about like using your children's stuff, don't do that. Go and file for bankruptcy. I promise you, it's better. Like, resetting your life by filing for bankruptcy is better than this. And debt is like an addiction. It's like gambling sometimes. I can say that. I struggle with it as well. But like, it's like you can't get used to living life on free money. But all of us are living above our means, especially in this very influenced and consumerist lifestyle. We're in for it. I don't even know how we survive. Okay, this one. Am I the for calling out the hypocrisy of an alpha bro? Certain things at such internet alpha pro content that has severely changed his personality and entitlement towards women. Yep, that's how it goes. He mentioned that this one girl he has been talking to for some time turned him down when he hit on her. She said he wasn't her usual type, but he was nice, blah blah blah. You guys, I want to say something. The phenomenon of guys who are like this has existed before the internet. It has existed all our life. I think it was just easier to shame these people in real life, and now they found a place to congregate. Okay. He was pretty bummed out, and we all tried to console him the best way that we could. That was until he said, in 20 years when no one wants her, she'll regret turning me down. I hate when people say that. Me and the other girls were taken aback by this. I should have kept my mouth shut, but I said it's completely fine to turn down someone you're unattracted to, just like how you would have not asked her out if you weren't attracted to her. He was fuming and got up and left. The guys went with him. This happened yesterday and he blocked me. The girls support me, but the guys aren't saying anything. I do think I should have said this later and not when he was actively hurting from the rejection. Am I the... No. You were actually offering him such healthy perspective. I think as long as you were not mean when you were saying it, I think there's so much value in giving people another side of the coin. And I know rejection hurts, but the things that he said in response to the rejection were a little bit too much. There is no 20 years, no one's coming round for anything. People are getting married, having kids. Take it from me, someone who is now in their 30s. I don't even remember anybody. That's one thing also, when you get older you forget people you thought you'd never forget. So you're not wrong. Nobody's gonna remember him. No one is intentionally trying to hurt him. They're just going with their instincts and with their flow and just basing off of how he behaved. She dodged one, and I'm happy for her. Okay guys, that's it for now. I'll see you guys in the